Hello, welcome to this edition of Inside Football. Well, this weekend, there's a derby in the Spanish La Liga, there's a derby in the Italian Serie A, and there are derbies in the English Premier League. And the pick of the bunch has to be Chelsea versus Arsenal. We'll kick off from the Spanish La Liga, where Gerard Piqué has announced his retirement from football. Well, that's kind of weird where the player announced retirement in the middle of the season. But this weekend on Saturday against Almeria, he should play his final game for the Catalan Giants at home when they welcome Almeria to Camp Nou. That's if, of course, Xavi decides to give him maybe a cameo appearance or a start in that game. And Real Madrid will be going away to take on Rayo Vallecano in somewhat a Madrid derby. You expect the Blancos to win that game, especially after dropping points last weekend against Girona. Let's move straight to the Italian Serie A, where it will be the battle between second place Atalanta and top place Napoli. Well, there's a bit of a history. Fun fact between these two sides. Last season, the away teams won, scoring 3 goals. The season before, the home teams won, scoring 4 goals. The season before that, home team, 2 goals. The season before that, the away teams, 2 goals. Well, are we going back to away teams winning this season? Because based on form, based on goals, based on possession, performance, everything, you should expect another away winner from Napoli. Atalanta used to be the scoring team in Italian Serie A, but now it's about Napoli. And many thought Victor Osimhen would struggle to get back into the lineup after the injury and the way the team was performing. But he's got back, scoring. But they lost their first game in all competitions this season against Liverpool in the Champions League. How will they bounce back? How will they recover in this game? This weekend will definitely give us answers to that. But I still think Napoli will do enough to edge this one, even if it's a narrow 1-0 win over Atalanta. But again, they cannot underrate Atalanta at the GS Stadium, else it will be problems for the league leaders. The other game in Italian Serie A has to be the Rome derby between AS Roma and Lazio. The last time there was an away win between these two sides, saying away, I mean the team registered as away because both of them share the Stadio Olimpico. But the last time an away team won this fixture was in 2017. And guess who picked that win? It was Lazio. This time around, they are the away team against Jose Mourinho's Roman army. Roma under Mourinho this season have been blowing hot and cold. They've not been consistent. You can't beat your chest as to how they will perform. Not that you can confidently say Lazio are the better side as well, but you know, in derby games, like the safe form is thrown out of the window. So this game, I think after 90 minutes, is going to end in a draw between Roma and Lazio. But the biggest game in Italian Serie A this weekend has to be the Derby d'Italia. That's the Italian derby between Juventus and Inter Milan at the Allianz Stadium. This is the best time for any top team to play Juventus. This is the best chance to face the old lady. They've been terrible. Last season, they were poor. It feels like this season, they're even poorer, both on the continent and on the domestic front. And Inter Milan, on the other hand, they have Lautaro Martinez up front. There's Lukaku. There's Edin Dzeko. They can decide to go for anyone. And even in the middle of the park, the young Barella for them, Çalhanoğlu, everything is working in favor of the away side in this fixture. Unlike Juventus, who have about 12 players out due to injury. This is tough on any team. Having 12 players out due to injury will affect any top team in the world. So I think this will be interesting. I think it will be tough for Juventus. Remember last season, the home and away between these two guys produced just 3 goals. So don't be surprised, don't be shocked if you see maybe just 1 or 2 goals in this fixture. But I feel after 90 minutes, the best the old lady can get is maybe a draw. But I believe Inter Milan will do enough to win this game. Let's move straight to the English Premier League, where you can call the West Ham United Crystal Palace a derby, but that's where our attention is. But before we get to the big game, let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We don't know the Liverpool to expect. Will it be the Liverpool that defeated Napoli? Will it be the Liverpool that defeated Man City? Or the Liverpool that will lead us into the forest? We don't know. Remember, they defeated Napoli in the Champions League. A few days ago, we thought they are back, but we don't know what's up. The last time they beat a top team in Man City, they lost back-to-back games against teams you expect them to pick up 3 points. In tough games in the Premier League, they've won 4, drawn 4, and of course lost 4 against the Tottenham Hotspur side, where you may not like their performance under Antonio Conte, but one thing they've been doing so well is to get results, and that's why they are thought on the Premier League table. I say it all the time. I love Pep Guardiola's style, the tiki-taka, the possession play, but the only way to play football is to win, outscore your opposition, and that's exactly what Spurs have been doing so far this season, both in the Champions League and the Premier League. This will be tough for Liverpool, but Spurs are without Son Heung-min. Anumi Song in any team is a key player. Yes, this season he's not been firing on all cylinder, but his presence on the pitch against any defender is always problem. So I think it will be a big miss for Spurs. That could play into the hands of Liverpool, where many fans of FPL, including myself, I say, how Salah, I say maybe this will be the final chance for the Egyptian king to get back to form. Salah has been scoring in Champions League. He has about 7 goals. Not the same thing in the Premier League, but Salah, we still expect Salah to turn up. And this is the type of game you expect Salah to turn up. So I think Reds should do enough to edge Spurs in this game after 90 minutes. But let's move to the biggest game in world football this weekend. Has to be Chelsea versus Arsenal at the Stamford Bridge. Fun fact, the last 3 games between these two sides have been won by the away side. And Arsenal have lost just 1 in 6 games against Chelsea. Well, that's somewhat to look for. But again, in derby matches, form is thrown out the window. Chelsea have injury problems, especially their playmakers. From the fullbacks, Reece James is injured. Ben Chilwell picked up injury in the Champions League. But Arsenal, they are in the form of their life. Probably their best run of form in over a decade under Arteta. They're top of the Premier League table, scoring well, playing well. Interesting thing is Gabriel Jesus is not even scoring, but the goals are coming. Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka, even Granit Xhaka is probably playing the best football since they joined the Gunners. So I think this will be tough for the Blues. This will be fun. This will be interesting. Now we don't even know the formation Graham Potter will come out with. Some are calling him Harry Potter. Sometimes he may decide to play Raheem Sterling as a fullback, play Cucurella and central defense. Will he go for back 3? Will he go for back 4? We do not know. And I think he needs to come up with his A game. He needs to come up with his best formation against an informed Arsenal. They are top of the Premier League table for a reason. And if Arsenal should drop points in this game, they may lose that top spot to Man City if they win their game. So Arsenal know what they need to do. So I believe the Gunners will continue that run of form of away teams winning in this game. So the big games in the Italian Serie A, I think Napoli will do enough to beat Atalanta despite playing at the Gilwell Stadium. The Rome Derby, I believe that should end in a draw. And I'm sorry, old lady fans, I think Inter Milan will do enough to edge Juventus at the Allianz Stadium. And in England, Liverpool, you have to beat Tottenham Hotspur. Even though Spurs know how to get results, but I think the injury in their team could be a big worry for them. And for Arsenal, in way to Chelsea, I believe the Gunners will pick all 3 points against the Blues. So Chelsea fans, I'm sorry I'm not giving this to you guys this weekend. So that's our show for this weekend. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscription is absolutely free. We need that subscription, guys. So till we come here another time, have a beautiful sporting weekend. Goodbye.